Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so just take what does resonate, leave the rest, and consider hitting that like button and subscribing because we do daily, weekly, and monthly tarot forecasts for your sign here on this channel. Now, let's just get into it and see what's going on with Sagittarius. What do you need to know for this coming week? What is the energy? What can we learn about your situation? All right, we see the Nine of Wands. This is strength. That's starting us out today. That's a good deal there. Let's just put the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread down. And of course, that's going to include a mystery card, bonus card, this unknown element, this variable here. And we're going to leave that card right there. We're not going to look at that until the very end. So stick around till the end of the video. And hopefully that's going to tie the reading together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for. Okay. So I see some things that indicate there's a financial situation. I think this might be mostly focused on your work or career, your employment, but not specifically that. I think how you're relating to that or how other people in your life might be relating to that. Okay, you know what I mean? Like it's, you're very centered on your work and your business. Your activities are, are career related, I think, recently. But I think a lot of the energy today is how the people around you, your close friends, family members, loved ones, your spouse or something, how they are reacting or relating to this work that you're doing. Okay. Now, we're going to start a little bit different today. We're going to go into the recent past. We're still on the path of the Dove here. In the recent past, we've got this Tower card. I think there's been a major shift. I'm trying to remember what your last week's reading was. But I think there was a major shift of some fire energy last week. And maybe you go check that out and see if these two readings might relate. Now, it is possible that this reading is just kind of meant for a different segment of you all out there. And it may not quite relate to the reading that we did last week. I don't plan these out, so I don't know what kind of energy is going to come through. You know what I mean? But right now I'm getting the sense that there has been some major shifting of some fire energy in your life. Like, this could be the loss of a job. It could be a business that went belly up. This could be a complete, unexpected change of your circumstances, your living situation, financial situation, or your workplace, something like that. I feel like it was an unexpected change. I feel like it came quite suddenly and it was quite severe. It was pretty intense. But I also, with this Tower card, get the feeling like it was liberating in some way. Maybe you got let go or laid off from the company that you were working for. Maybe they went bankrupt or something. It seemed pretty major. You thought maybe you'd be in some dire straits. But after it happened, you felt rather free, kind of liberated, right? Like it was an escape. Like maybe that situation was holding you back anyway. And now, through really, no fault of your own, you've been removed from that situation and it feels liberating. It feels good, right? Even though it was kind of an intense thing. And it was kind of, there was some uncertainty there about the future, but I think you're happy it happened in some way. It was liberating. And that moves us into what we see here with that Nine of Wands, this strength. I think this is part of that liberating energy. I think with the sun and the moon connected here by this central pillar, right, by the spinal column, the sushumna, where all the chakras are aligned, kind of the middle pillar there. I think this is that strength and freedom that has appeared to you through this kind of crisis or tragedy, whatever this movement of this Tower energy, this fire energy, whatever this was, has now led you to realize that you're going to be following your purpose now, that this is what you wanted, that you do feel free and liberated now. And you feel more connected with your true goals, true desires represented by that moon, and you're able to follow them consciously with the sun there at the top. So you're connected now with yourself, with your purpose. And that's what I mean when this was liberating. And that liberation has gave you this strength and confidence because now you're able to do what you really want to do. You know that this was meant to be, this was the right thing for you to get out of whatever this tower situation was, right? Does that make sense? Leave me some comments. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Especially if you're already a follower and you've watched the reading last week. Let me know if this is kind of down in the same vein or not. But anyway, there's this sense of strength and confidence now because I feel like you're really on the right path. You're really doing what you're meant to be doing. And to reinforce that, we've got this Empress energy. Beautiful card, beautiful energy. We could stop the reading here, and just with these 3 cards, I'd be happy to say, look, you got out of something that was imprisoning you, holding you back. You're liberated, and you're going to be well on your way to perfect happiness and success. And the completion of your great work, whatever it is that you're focused on, whatever your work is, right? You've got the strength and confidence now to know that you're on the right path. And whatever this tower energy was, happened for a very good reason because it set you on the right path. It was what was meant to happen at that time to put you on this path toward the Empress, right? And I feel like this week you're going to start to receive some of this grace and blessing from that Empress. You're going to start to see some of this success, happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment. You're going to see how much more productive you are now that you're out of that old situation. Whatever that tower energy was, that could have been a bad relationship, a bad contract, business relationship, could have been a bad living situation, but something that kind of was dissolved, not really through your own efforts. It just sort of happened around you, and you were freed. You were liberated, right? So you're well on your way to this Empress energy. And I think you're going to start to see that coming in today. You're going to start to get a lot of that feeling that this Empress is kind of looking out for you. And moving into the rest of the week, well, we see the 4 of discs. And so I think in the immediate future, by the weekend or into the following week, you're going to really have this sense of security and stability back in your life. Because I think your foundation was kind of rocked by this, whatever this was that happened, right? I mean, that's destruction. That's like a building coming down. That's scary. But through this strength and this Empress energy this week, by the end of the week, you're going to feel things are stabilized. Things are safe and secure. You've got your plans worked out for your future, and you're on the right path, the right track. Okay, so this is really a really good just kind of chronology of how the week's going to go, I think. And if you haven't yet experienced this tower energy, I'm not trying to worry you, but I think that this is kind of the catalyst for everything that's happening this week, in this reading at least. And I think maybe this is already something that you have gone through. I think you probably already know what this is, but there's a chance that this is still working itself out right now in the next couple of days. But I think it's going to start happening fairly quickly from here on out, where you're going to have this Empress energy just kind of flooding into your life, and you're going to start to really feel that energy, that blessing, that grace from the Empress coming in. And it's going to lead to this stability of your life, right? This is a financial situation that's going to kind of settle. You're going to understand, okay, things are good, things are fine, things are going to work out. If this is a living situation, well, you're going to be in a better living situation. That's going to stabilize, right? If this was something in your emotional life, a relationship or something, well, those emotions are going to stabilize, right? Things are going to be safe, secure. Your needs are going to be met. Things are going to be good. Now, we see a couple of other cards here on the path of the dove. And the first one that I want to get to, that I'm kind of looking at, is this 9 of Swords. And this, remember at the beginning where I said that this is kind of you're focused on this business or financial or this physical realm thing that's happening, this event, the work that you're doing or something. But what the real message of the reading is how somebody close to you is reacting to all of this, or what their relationship is to you or to this situation, right? And I've got this 9 of Swords up here. And this is telling me that there maybe is some kind of gossip or rumors or envy or somebody talking negatively about whatever this is that's going on. There's somebody here who is maybe throwing some bad words around about you. Maybe not to your face, but I feel like this is the whole reading in a nutshell. Is who is this person and why are they kind of bad-mouthing you? Why are they they might just be like, I don't know, talking shit or spreading some kind of rumors or just talking behind your back about what's going on, right? And we're going to jump ahead a little bit right here to the path of the serpent with the 7 of discs. And this is in the position of your relationship, right? This is the card that's symbolic of the primary relationship that we're talking about here. And if we're talking about this, whoever this person is that's doing this kind of activity behind your back, this slander, gossip, talking smack, I think that they are doing this because they have failed, for one thing. I think that whatever this situation is puts them at a disadvantage. Maybe this is, their company that went bankrupt. Maybe this is the kind of just the disillusion of your business relationship with this person, or maybe this is a romantic relationship that ended. But whatever it is, they feel like they're at the losing end of that event. Whatever this tower energy was, whatever this tower event was, it hit them hard too. And I think they are feeling much more at a loss than you are. You've got this 9 of Wands and this Empress energy that says, hey, this is meant to be. This is actually a good thing. You're stronger and more successful because of whatever that tower event was. But this other person, they're not feeling that. I think they have this sense of failure or doom, or like they've just gotten the short end of that stick. Okay? And that is leading into this bad-mouthing, talking behind your back. They're putting this kind of negative energy out about you or involving this situation. Okay? And that's what we know so far. But let's go back to the path of the dove here and look at this 10 of discs. This is what is underlying the whole situation. This is just below the surface. So I think it's a money issue, primarily. I think that through this situation, and this is just like an example, right? Hypothetical. It could be that, this company that you were involved with has just gone bankrupt. It's dissolved, whatever has happened. But for some reason, you're actually getting like a payout or a severance, or you've sold your stock in the company before all this happened. Whatever it is, in some way you're actually profiting from this. And you may not have known that you would or that it was coming. But I think just beneath the surface, there's this idea that somebody is gaining from this tower event. And it could be now that just this person who's running their mouth, they could just have this idea that you in some way are profiting from that tower event. And that's why they have this sense of getting the short end of the stick, that they were treated unfairly, that they're on the losing end, and that's why they're bad-mouthing the situation. That's why they're talking smack. Okay? So it could be that. It could be that you actually are profiting. And if you are, good for you. But I think that is a primary factor in what's going on with this other person. Excuse me. I think that's what's going on. Now, moving over officially to the path of the serpent here, the first card we see is the Hierophant. And this is in the position of where your head is at, what's kind of on your mind, what your vibe is right now. And I'm getting this vibe like you are all about like the other people involved here. Like you really you try to be fair and supportive. You try to help everybody. You want everybody to be okay through this. You're not being selfish. You're not trying to keep this person down. Right, whoever this person was or is, you're not trying to treat them unfairly. You're not trying to put them at a disadvantage, right? You're not trying to come out on top of them or win over them, right? because you have this feeling like you're all on the same team. You all support each other. It's like a family. And it could be a family. This may not be a work, career-related thing. It could be just in your domestic life, your home life. These could be family members, siblings, loved ones that we're talking about. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be financial, but that's the metaphor that we're using right now. But wherever this tower event has occurred, you want to make sure everybody is okay. That's your vibe. You have a very compassionate and supportive and helpful vibe about you. And so when you learn that there's somebody that's kind of talking bad about you, that's not going to feel very good, because you don't wish anything bad on anyone. You want everybody to be okay. You want everybody to succeed, right? And if there is some kind of a loss, whatever that tower event was, if there is some money coming your way that's involved because of that, even if it's an inheritance, if it's just, a severance or a payout from the business, whatever domain that is in, if there is some sort of profit coming your way, you're the type of person that would, help other people out with that. You would make sure that it's at least fair. You're not trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes or take something that's not yours. If this is a legal thing and it's something that you're receiving, well, that's not through any kind of deception of yours. You know what I mean? You have this sense of family. You have this kind of altruistic vibe where you want everybody to succeed and you want to just make sure no one is suffering, right? And so when you learn about this kind of slander or bad-mouthing, that's not fun to learn. Nobody wants to hear that. The next card that we come to is the Five of Swords, and this is in the position of your fears and worries, and this goes right along with what I said about the Hierophant. This is you really not wanting anyone to feel like they've been defeated, or that they're losing, or that they've been taken advantage of or mistreated or treated unfairly. So this is you with that real concern for other people. I feel like you really have a very compassionate vibe about you, where you want everybody to succeed. You don't want anyone to suffer. And so that is going to cause you some anxiety when you learn about this person bad-mouthing you. You're going to feel that because, for one, it's what they're saying about you isn't true. And it's going to hurt your heart because you really do care about everybody and you care about this person. And so you feel bad that they feel this way. You know what I mean? It's that compassion, that empathy. And so that's going to be something that's a little bit stressful for you, I think. But again, one of the central themes here was this strength, confidence, the success that you're going to be coming into. Because of this Tower event, you are getting that freedom, that strength, that confidence to succeed on your own path in your own way. Okay? Now, that's different than receiving like a physical payout or some sort of physical profit because of that event, right? That's two different ideas there. But I think something to remember is that you've got this Empress looking out for you. So you have to deal with this situation with this other person. But you can't lose sight of this Empress energy and how that Tower event has set you on the right path for you and your future and your true purpose and what you were meant to be doing, and everything is working out for a reason. And it just happens that you are on a different trajectory, it seems, than this other person that we're talking about. Now, the final card on the Path of the Serpent is the Hanged Man. And I think in one way this is just saying, hey, as difficult as this Path of the Serpent is, and as much as it hurts your heart to see somebody else suffering, that's kind of the nature of things. If one person is on top, the other person is kind of going to be on the bottom a little bit. It's going to be, everybody can't win equally, right? So just because you're maybe profiting or maybe having more success, or at least you have this sense that you're on the right path now, you have this more optimistic and hopeful kind of energy, somebody else might not feel that way, and there's really nothing you can do about it, and it's really not your fault. So this Hanged Man is saying that, look, yeah, somebody else might be suffering here, but that's, kind of the nature of reality. Everybody at some point in their life suffers in some way, right? And it may just be this person's time. And the fact that they think it's your fault or they're going to be bad-mouthing you about it, That's regrettable and unfortunate, and this just seems like that's the way it has to be. There's not much you can really do about that. So part of this is changing your perspective, right? The Hanged Man is learning to look at things from different angles, different points of view. So this again is your empathy and looking at this person, understanding, why they feel the way they do. You still don't appreciate the talking smack, but you at least can empathize and you understand where they're coming from. And at the same time, you're not going to feel guilty about it. You're not going to feel guilty for embracing this Empress energy, right? No way. You're not going to feel guilty for that because this is not your responsibility. This is not your fault. You didn't cause this. You didn't take anything away from this other person. You're not the cause of their suffering. Okay, so there needs to be zero guilt there. You need to focus on your Empress energy, right? And I know the reading is kind of focusing on what's going on with this other person, but I think the trap that you could fall into is feeling guilty, feeling like it's your fault, your responsibility, or believing some of these things that they're saying about you. And the cards are saying, look, don't focus on that. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel responsible for their feelings or their actions. You focus on this new path that's before you, and you don't feel guilty. Okay, we're going to look at this confirmation card now. I'm very curious what this is going to reveal to us and how this might tie things together. I'm a little nervous, always nervous with the confirmation card. Well, this might be interesting here. This might be the person that we're talking about. This is the only court card we've got. This is an older masculine energy. Well, it could be the same age as you or a little bit older, not too much older. But an air sign. If you don't know that this person's an air sign, it could be this card is representing that kind of gossipy, talkative, opinionated, kind of rumor mill of a person, okay? Because that's the air. That's especially the Prince of Air. That's somebody who likes to run their mouth, right? Can't always believe what they say. And it may be that other people involved here kind of know this about the person, so when they start talking smack, other people are going to be like, yeah, you're full of crap. Because they might just be that kind of person, of just a gossipy person by nature. Could be that they're actually an air sign, right? I mean, could be both. But I think it's someone your age or a little bit older, masculine energy. And they're going to be either that gossipy, opinionated person and maybe an air sign. But I think there's air somewhere in their chart, for sure. If they're this kind of gossipy person, they're going to have some air, probably afflicted. Probably some afflicted air somewhere. So anyway, this is kind of, I think this is a really good reveal, good mystery card here. I think this is important for you to know, because maybe this will help you to not feel this guilt about, their situation. Because you know that whatever they're saying about you, if you know this person, you know that they always do this. They're just like a rumor mill. They just run their mouth, and there's not a lot behind it. And so that might allow you to feel a little bit less guilt, less responsible about what they're saying, and not pay it very much attention at all. Focus on your Empress energy. Sagittarius, we're going to look at this a little bit more in the extended version. If you want to join the channel, you can become a member by clicking on the link down in the description box. This was your weekly tarot forecast on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Thank you so much for letting me read for you.